Everyone, before I call the meeting to order, just one quick point. So we're going to have two meetings tonight. We're going to have the village board meeting, which is starting first. We're going to try and get that over as soon as possible because we have a committee of the whole meeting where we're going to be talking about, the development specifically. I know there's several people here regarding the Timberline development. So that will be for the committee of the whole. But if you're here, that'll be at 7 o'clock or right after this first meeting. So with that being said, I'd like to call the April 15th Village Board meeting to order. Would you please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance to be led by Trustee Stapleton? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Blatzer? Here. Kwasniewski?
Here.
Maher?
Here.
McClafferty?
Here.
Snagowski?
Here.
Stapleton?
Here.
Okay, before we start the consent agenda, we need a motion to make one change to the consent agenda. We're going to be striking D, which is the resolution authorizing approval memorandum of understanding. So I need a motion, please, to remove that.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Trustee Maher, seconded by Trustee Blatzer. Any questions, comments on that?
Real quick on that item, there's several items on the agenda related to Fifth Street and the running of utilities down Fifth. There's memos of understanding for Bill Brennan, Hoffman, Paul, regarding the road issue. And the item with the memo of understanding for the East Side owners, I know I see Jerry over there. There's additional language we have to talk about with your attorney. And we want that to coincide with the land dedication at the same meeting. So we get everyone's signatures, get everyone on the same page, just related to, it will be a maximum of 15 feet. So that's probably all you want to hear for the land dedication on the road. I know no one else understands me but Jerry, but that's okay. But there's additional language we have to get into there per the attorneys. And so that'll be more than likely the May 13th Village Board meeting where we'll have the plat and the memo of understanding so we can officially clean this up going forward. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments on that? With that being said, all in favor of striking this, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, it carries. We strike that. So with that being said, the consent agenda consists of the approval of minutes for the April 8th, 2019 Village Board meeting, an ordinance authorizing approval of the annual fee ordinance, an ordinance amending Ordinance 725 establishing a pay plan and schedule of authorized positions, resolution authorizing the approval memorandum of understanding between Richard Hoffman and John Paul, a resolution authorizing the approval memorandum understanding with William Brennan, and a resolution authorizing a payment to the Glens of Connemara Homeowners Association. I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Trustee Blatzer, seconded by Trustee McClafferty. Any questions or comments on this? Okay, with that being said, can we have a roll call?
Blatzer? Yes. Kwasniewski?
Yes.
Maher?
Yes.
McClafferty?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Stapleton?
Yes.
All right, great. Okay, motion approved. Okay, next up, we have an exciting proclamation for the Lamont Garden Club. I know we have several members here with us tonight. Can you please join me at the podium?
Finest guy.
Yeah. I didn't see that though, that way.
We got the green team here, the green machine. Again, we want to thank the Lamont Garden Club. We have a proclamation for you. I'll read it. It says, whereas the Lamont Garden Club, a member of the Garden Clubs of Illinois and the National Garden Clubs Incorporated, was founded on November 14, 1949, and is celebrating their 70th anniversary as a garden club. And whereas since its inception, the Lamont Garden Club has promoted civic pride and improvement in Lamont through the study of horticulture and conservation, and by offering educational programs to the community. And whereas through these 70 years, the Lamont Garden Club has dedicated their time, talents, and efforts to projects, including adorning various municipal buildings with holiday wreaths and designing, planning, and maintaining garden beds and planters through the seasons in downtown. And whereas the Lamont Gardens Club Perennials on Parade May plant sale and December Kris Kringle market fundraising efforts help to provide yearly academic scholarships to local high school students pursuing a degree in horticulture or related fields. And whereas the Lamont Garden Club operates a nonprofit basis for benevolent charitable horticulture and educational purposes in order to serve the Lamont community. Now therefore, I, John Nagowski, Mayor of Lamont, on behalf of the Village Board and the entire community of Lamont, hereby honor and commend the Lamont Garden Club on its 70th anniversary. So again, before we have a picture, just want to remind everyone that we have a commercial here for the club. On Saturday, May 11th, Lamont Garden Club is hosting their 70th annual plant sale, Perennials on Parade, from 9 a.m. to noon at the Lamont Park District's front parking lot. This is a rain or shine event. Each purchase comes with a raffle ticket with chances to win a gardening gift basket. Please visit the event to support the fundraiser. And I was told this is always an annual event the week before, or Saturday before Mother's Day. So guys, get out there. And again,
Information, there's flyers on the table.
all right. And again, thank you so much for beautifying. The downtown looks awesome. Looking forward to another great year, another spring and summer, and I'm sure the best is yet to come. And Ralph is looking forward to watering those plants he told me. Okay, next up, we have the mayor's mention. We've got several things going on in the next week or two. On Wednesday, April 17th, the Lamont Park District will be hosting a senior egg hunt at the course starting at 1 p.m. The event is free for ages 55 and up. Please register in advance at lamontparkdistrict.org. Also on Wednesday, April 17th, the Lamont High School's choirs will be joining choirs from the Lamont Brown Barracks School District 113A for a spring choral concert. The event begins at 7 p.m. in the Performing Arts Center at Lamont High School. All community members are invited to attend this free musical event. On Thursday, April 18th, the Heritage Corridor Business Alliance is hosting a business after hours and wine tasting at the Lamont VFW from 5 to 6:30 p.m. This will be a great opportunity to learn more about the Lamont Lions Club, the Lamont VFW, and B2B Wines while networking with fellow business owners and enjoying a delicious wine samples from the new B2B Wines. Coming up next Friday, on Friday, April 26th, Hope and Friendship Foundation and Gelsasimo's Pizzeria will host a youth open mic challenge competition night for 21 and under at Gelsasimo's Pizzeria from 6 to 8 p.m. For more information, please visit hopeandfriendshipfoundation.com. On Saturday, April 27th, the Heritage Quarry Restoration Area Spring Restoration Event will take place from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Interested volunteers can register for this event. There's limited space available, so please be sure to register. Check out the Lamont Community Calendar or our Facebook page. In advance, we want to thank all our volunteers for coming out. That's twice a year. We do it both in the spring as well as the fall. So again, we appreciate everyone's assistance there. Also, on Sunday, April 28th, the Lamont Lions Club is hosting Spring Community Dinner at the Lamont VFW from 12 to 4 p.m. Please register in advance at lamontlions.org. And lastly, don't forget, registration is still taking place for the Quarryman Challenge. It's both a 10-mile as well as a 5K run. I'll be doing the 5K walk, and that's on Saturday, May 11th. Please check that out. Participate if you can. Worst case, please come out. It's going to be, exciting post-race as well. Please check out our businesses, and it's always a great event. So please join us. With that being said, that's it for the mayor's mention. Next up, we have audience participation. And again, this is the board meeting. We're going to be talking about, in the COW, other topics specific to the new potential subdivision going in. We could do that during the COW. So if anyone has anything to say right now for the board meeting, feel free. Please step up to the mic and state your name. And anyone want to join? Okay, so with that being said, we'll move on to the clerk's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have ordinance, begin with ordinance 1219, adopting fiscal year 2019-2020 operating and capital improvement budget for the Village of Lamont.
Okay, need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Snagowski, seconded by trustee Kwasniewski. Chris, you want to take this?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This is the last step for the final board approval. The last time the board will see it, unless we make amendments to the budget, which we do on a quarterly basis. But this is the final step. We began this process, the budget process for fiscal year 20, which begins May 1st. We began this process back in October of 2018. A 6-month process. We've reviewed fees, we've reviewed all the expenditures, the revenues, and so right now, the way it stands, the total for all the funds with transfers is $24.4 million of revenues and $23.6 million of revenues. Whereas in the general fund is 11.7 of revenues and 11.7 of expenditures. We have a balanced budget. After this, we can send everything to the counties, and we can start the audit for next year.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. And again, thank you and thanks to your team. Unlike the state, federal government, we actually have to operate under a balanced budget, which we do each year. So again, yes, I second that clap too. And again, the balanced budget includes the 1% sales tax that passed as a referendum on April 2nd. So again, we appreciate everyone coming out and casting a vote either one way or the other. That's what a referendum is about. And that's, what we look forward to as far as sharing that information and getting the response back via referendum vote. So with that being said, any other questions or comments regarding this? Okay. We've already had a motion, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Wetzer? Yes. Kwasniewski?
Yes.
Maher?
Yes.
McClafferty?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
Next is ordinance 01319, authorizing approval of an easement agreement with Richard and Lauren Hoffman.
Okay, we need a motion, please.
So moved.
Okay, we got a motion by trustee Snagowski, seconded by trustee Maher. George, you want to take this?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. To follow up on our consent agenda items, we've been working with the property owners on Fifth Street, the west side owners, also the east side owners, and trying to find a way to ensure that the road is made public going forward, but also that we are able to run our water utility down Fifth Street. As we all know, sewer is currently available on Fifth Street, but there is no water service. So in order to move forward with that potential project, we need easement agreements established with the property owners. So the first two items, or the next two items, an ordinance authorizing approval, easement agreement with Richard and Lauren Hoffman, and John and Bonnie Paul have all been signed and executed by the property owner, and this will allow us to design, engineer, and put the project out to bid. This is a good opportunity for the village to extend its water main down underserved areas and move that project along. What we will do next month, many different steps to bring water down Fifth Street, ensure everything is moving forward in the right direction. So next month, there will be a land dedication of 15 feet of property on Fifth Street from the east side owners, along with a memo of understanding, and then also a vacation of an alley, or the original Fifth Street that was platted 150
Going
years
over
ago.
all
I'm not
this
looking
next
at you,
meeting.
so there's a lot of steps still to be laid out, but these two agreements allow the project to move forward for bidding, and we could still get the project done this year. So,
All right, thanks,
thank
George.
you.
Rick, you have anything to add to this?
No.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I just wanted to add something.
Yeah, go ahead,
I
Dave.
want to say a nice job, George, and the team for getting this done. I know this is something we talked about, and getting this underserviced area included into the village, and I really appreciate the work the team did.
Yeah, thank you very much. I thank the property owners and the residents too for their cooperation, and I think it'll be good for the whole town to continue that momentum, but thanks.
Yeah, yeah, and specifically, I mean, thanks to the residents around there. I mean, this is, I think for the longevity of the town and everything, getting water, as Dave, you've mentioned several times, that's, that's going to make things more positive for us in the future. So again, thanks to the residents, their understanding during this, and I think it's going to be hopefully a win-win for everyone. So with that being said, roll call, please.
Blatzer? Yes. Kwasniewski?
Yes.
Maher?
Yes.
Yes.
Clafferty? Snagowski?
Yes.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
Ordinance 01419, authorizing approval of an easement agreement with John and Bonnie Paul.
Okay, need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Blatzer, seconded by trustee Kwasniewski. Anything else to add, George?
No, same agreement or similar agreement. This easement allows the water to travel further south and now able to serve Bill Brendan's property, which is the next item on the agenda. So there's no variations for wells, and we're able to move forward with potable water source, village source.
Okay, great. Roll call, please.
Blatzer? Yes. Kwasniewski?
Yes.
Maher?
Yes.
McClafferty?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
Ordinance 01519, granting certain variations to 17.07.010 and 17.26.110 of the Lamont Unified Development Ordinance to allow the construction of two single-family detached homes on two separate lots at 485th Street in Lamont, Illinois.
Okay, need a motion.
So move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Stapleton, seconded by trustee Maher. Jason, are you taking this? Or Mark?
Thank you. So this item is related to the other items on the agenda, but now that water is to be provided to the site, the variation request for water or to allow for wells is no longer on the table. So the proposed variation ordinance would allow for reduced lot sizes, reduced lot widths, and reduced side yard setbacks to allow for the two-lot subdivision to mirror the lots that are on the other side of the street.
So Mark, just to clarify, these changes are in line with the houses across the street, is
Yeah,
it?
the lot widths are more or less identical to the other lots in the area.
Okay, got it. Any other
I
questions?
have one question.
Rick, go
Is this particular ordinance contingent upon the signing of the one that we're gonna do at the next meeting? Because without it, then how does this fit?
The west side, the west side of the property
If we
is.
don't get the easement approved, then there won't be water.
The easements are going to be approved tonight. So the easements that allow for the water have been approved tonight.
What about the property?
The property dedication, yeah, I should clarify, the water main is going to go on the west side owner's property.
Right.
In an easement, so it does
All I'm
not.
saying is we're approving this without the whole package approved, so is it contingent? That's my question.
No, it is not. It can move forward.
Okay?
But it makes for a cleaner project if we acquire the 15 feet from the east side owners moving forward, to ensure there's no other issues going forward on road access. But no, this is a standalone. The water main project can proceed now
Okay?
with this action.
So, George, just to clarify, we don't need the land on the east side in order to put the water main in?
Correct.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay, roll call, please.
Latzer?
Yes.
Kwasniewski?
Yes.
Maher?
Yes.
Clafferty?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
Resolutions, Resolution R3219, approving a preliminary plat of subdivision for property at 480 Fifth Street, Lamont, Illinois.
Okay, need a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Blatzer, seconded by trustee McClafferty. Mark, are you taking this?
Yes, thank you. So this is just a follow-up item. The previous item was granting the variations. This is the resolution formally approving the plat that would need to be approved by the board and subsequently recorded to allow for the subdivision.
Thanks, Mark. Any other comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Blatzer?
Yes.
Kwasniewski?
Yes.
Maher?
Yes.
McClafferty?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
Resolution
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
R3319, endorsing the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus Greenest Region Compact.
Okay, need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All right, motion by trustee Blatzer, seconded by trustee Kwasniewski. Who's taking this one? Jason?
Thank you. The Greenest Region 2 Compact is an update to the 2008 Greenest Region Compact, which was adopted by the village board at the time and supported by the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus. The Greenest Region 2 Compact is organized around topics of climate, economic development, energy, land, leadership, mobility, municipal operations, sustainable development, waste and recycling, and water. And what it does is provide a framework of goals for local municipalities. To date, 114 communities have already signed on to GRC2, as well as our local councils of government.
Great, thanks, Jason. So obviously you're recommending we do the same.
Absolutely.
All right. Any other questions or comments for Jason? Okay, roll call, please.
Blatzer?
Yes.
Kwasniewski?
Yes.
Maher?
Yes.
McClafferty?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
Resolution R3419, authorizing and supporting an application to the Invest in Cook fiscal year 2019 call for projects for improvements in relation to the Centennial Trail and the I&M Canal Trail in the village of Lamont, Stevens Street Bicycle and Pedestrian Trail Bridge.
Okay, need a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, motion by trustee Blatzer, seconded by trustee McClafferty. Jason, are you taking this?
Yes. This past week, Mark and I had a great conversation with Cook County Department of Highways and Transportation regarding the grant application we submitted for the Stevens Street Bicycle and Pedestrian Bridge. This would be the bridge that brings the trail, the Centennial Trail, across the Sanitary and Ship Canal and into downtown Lamont. As part of that application, we need to match with local funds. They require a dollar-for-dollar match. We're asking for $260,000 in total for a Phase 1 engineering project. So 130 would come from Cook County, 130 would come from the village. They did ask to confirm that commitment from the village, so we have this resolution today for the village board.
Great, and again, this bridge is probably one of the top things, at least on my short list, as far as, I think, a game changer in Lamont, because it will help connect recreation users, pedestrians, as well as, cyclists. It will tie in nicely with with our new adventure park coming in on the east side of town. It will also tie in, potentially, recreation people that are out of town that can come in now and will have access to the downtown, our businesses, our shops, our establishments, restaurants, bars, so forth, so on. So again, engineering is required to, again, we're trying to go after this bridge with grants correct? And engineering has to be done first and foremost to pursue other grant money, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Any other questions or comments regarding this?
I second what you're saying, Mayor.
Okay, thanks, Dave. All right. With that being said, time for a roll call, please.
Latzer? Yes. Kwasniewski?
Yes.
Maher?
Yes.
McClafferty?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
And the last resolutions are 3519, approving the capital improvement program for the Village of Lamont fiscal year 2020.
Okay, need a motion.
So move.
Second.
Okay, motion by trustee Stapleton, seconded by trustee Kwasniewski. Chris?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this is, the capital improvement program is a 5-year plan. This resolution is approving basically the first year of the 5-year plan. It's a roadmap. All items have been incorporated into the annual operating budget. It's part of the capital portion of it. But the board will see these items again. This is just a plan and program. Every single project will be bid out, so the board will see this again in the future when we bid these projects out.
And Chris, bottom line is we went to referendum for the 1% sales tax to take care of projects like this. And
Correct.
we have a backlog over the years.
Correct.
Fair to
And-
say.
Yes, and a majority of this year's, the 900,000, because it's a portion of, the 1% this year is going to be a portion because we have to implement it July 1st. The 900,000 is incorporated into the road program, so it's incorporated into the infrastructure program.
So you're referring to the 1% goes into effect July 1st. So
Correct.
from July 1st through next April, which is our fiscal year ending 2020, that's what you have in the budget is
We
for those.
anticipate about $900,000. Overall, it'll be about 1.2, but we anticipate this year 900, yes.
Okay. And again, this is much needed, and again, we appreciate everyone's input going through this process. And now it's time to get caught up on several of these capital projects.
Yeah, just to clarify as well, as Chris mentioned, these items will come back for approval and under each contract when they come up after publicly bid. Also, years 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Again, as Chris mentioned, it's more of a roadmap. We will revisit these projects next year during budget cycle. The other point of clarification, even if we get reimbursed on a project through a grant, McCarthy Road, for example, we are getting reimbursed 80% from Southwest Conference of Mayors, or the crossing, railroad crossing, in a couple years. Even if a project is 100% reimbursed, we still have to show it as an expense. So we show it as a revenue and an expense, but the numbers are inflated a little bit because of that. We have to show it as an expense, and we'll continue to apply for grants, and hopefully we're successful, but we always have to show them as an expense as well as a revenue.
So the McCarthy Street project, which is several,
Yeah, the engineering this year, 144,000. 20% of that will be
comes out of our
responsibility.
pocket.
Correct.
Yeah. So, but we list the entire 100%. Got it.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Latzer? Yes. Kwasniewski?
Yes.
Maher?
Yes.
McClafferty?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
That's
Thank
all I
you,
have,
Linda.
Mr. Mayor.
Appreciate it. Next up, village attorney report. Mike, do you have anything for us?
Mr. Mayor, other than working on Fifth Street with the administrator and staff, glad that we're almost done with that. It's been a long road, but we're there. So that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, those were some enjoyable meetings, right, Mike?
They were.
Bill?
Actually, it's a pretty short road.
It's a short road, yes. There you go.
Nothing like counting feet on a map, and feet do matter, so we'll get that figured out next meeting. But no, thanks, Mike, for your help.
Thanks, Mike, and again, thanks to the residents. George?
I have no report today.
Okay, no report. How about board reports? Anyone?
Yeah, I got
Rick?
just one announcement, Chris, again to your staff. This goes back to your accounting award. This one is for the General Finance Officers Association. I forget how many years in a row. 12 years in a row. We've received the award again, so thanks again to yourself and the staff on achieving that. Just a note, there are 12 pages of requirements for that submittal. So it's not an easy task to fulfill that award requirement. So thanks again.
Thanks, Chris. All right. Great job.
We're all here for.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, staff reports, Chief?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to make a very quick statement to make sure the public understands on ongoing cases what we're allowed to release and not release. And in ongoing cases, investigations are strictly centered around public safety, so our immediate releases are around public safety. We'll release information to make citizens aware of an incident and whether there is danger to the public at large. Police are always sensitive to the privacy interests of the victims. Details of ongoing cases are not released until individuals are charged with a crime. Any information regarding details of cases, evidence, statements of the accused are prohibited from release by the administrative court rules. I know the public has interest in some of the things that are going on, but other than curiosity of them, of the public, we're not going to release things that are going to jeopardize our case.
Thanks, Chief, appreciate it. Okay, moving on. Any unfinished or new business? Okay, so we will not have executive session. There's no action on any closed items or closed session items. So with that being said, need a motion to adjourn, please.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by trustee Blatzer, seconded by trustee Stapleton. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Motion carries. Our public meeting is officially adjourned. Right now, it's 7:03.